Far beyond the stars, in a distant part of the galaxy, the alien race called the Zarnak lived quietly. Their ships flew through space, exploring planets and sending back information to their homeworld. One day, deep in space, their biggest listening station picked up something strange. A signal came from far away, from a direction no one expected. The signal was strong and strange. It was not like the normal signals from other alien races or from their own people. The Zarnak commander, Tarek, stared at the glowing screen. The signal was a message, but no one could understand it. It was full of strange sounds and strange codes. The signal repeated over and over again. Tarek felt a strange feeling in his chest. He was an experienced commander, and he had faced many dangers before. But this signal was different. It felt like a warning. He called his officers and told them to get ready. "We must find out what this signal means. It could be a new enemy or maybe a message from a very strong race," he said in a calm but serious voice. The officers looked at each other nervously. They had heard stories about ancient races that were stronger than the Zarnak, but they never met them. Now they might be about to meet one. The Zarnak prepared a group of ships to follow the signal. The ships were small and fast, perfect for exploration and quick attacks if needed. The crew inside these ships worked quietly, checking weapons and systems. Everyone knew that this mission was dangerous. The signal led them to a part of space that was almost empty and cold. Stars were far apart and the silence of space was deep. The Zarnak ships moved closer and closer to the source of the signal. Suddenly, the radar showed something big, something very big. A huge shape appeared in front of them. It was the biggest ship any of the Zarnak had ever seen. It was dark and shining with lights. It looked like a moving city in space. Tarek's heart beat faster. This was not a small explorer ship. This was a warship. A ship made for battle, with weapons and shields that could destroy whole planets. The Zarnak had never seen anything like this before. The warship stayed silent, not moving, not sending any signal back. It just waited. The Zarnak ships moved closer, trying to send a message, to say hello, or maybe to warn. But the warship did not respond. Suddenly, the warship's big guns opened. Fire. Bright beams of light shot from the warship, hitting the nearest Zarnak ship. The small ship exploded in a ball of fire. The other ships moved quickly, but they were not ready for this attack. The warship was faster and stronger than anything the Zarnak had. The sky of space lit up with beams and explosions. The Zarnak fought back, but their weapons were no match for the warship's shields and power. Tarek watched the battle from his command ship. He knew that if they lost this fight, the whole Zarnak race could be in danger. The humans had brought their deadliest warship to this quiet part of space, and no one expected it. The warship moved like a ghost, avoiding attacks and firing back with great power. The Zarnak ships were falling one by one. In the middle of the battle, Tarek's ship was hit. The alarms blared, and the lights flickered. The crew worked fast to fix the damage. Tarek shouted orders to keep fighting. But inside, he felt fear. This warship was different. It was like nothing the Zarnak had faced before. Then, a new message came through the warship's communication system. It was not in the usual alien code. It was in a language no one had heard. The message was short but clear. Surrender or be destroyed. Tarek looked at the message and then at his officers. Some wanted to keep fighting. Others wanted to retreat. Tarek thought hard. He was proud and strong, but he knew this battle could end badly for them. He decided to try to talk to the humans. Maybe there was a way to stop this war. He sent a message, back in a simple code. "Why do you attack? We want peace." For a few minutes there was silence. Then, the warship's guns stopped firing. The warship moved away a little, but it did not leave. Tarek's heart slowed down. The humans were not just strong. They were also smart. They wanted to see if the Zarnak would listen. The battle was not over yet, but this pause gave Tarek hope. Maybe this meeting could change the future of the whole galaxy. The signal was not just a warning. It was the start of something new, something the Zarnak had never faced before, humanity's deadliest warship, and the aliens did not know what had hit them. The huge human warship hung silently in space just outside the alien fleet. The Zarnak ships were still scared. They had never seen anything so big and powerful. Commander Tarek stood on the bridge of his ship, watching the giant warship carefully. His crew worked fast, fixing the damaged ships and preparing for any new attack. But the warship did not move closer or attack again. It just waited like a giant shadow in the darkness of space. Tarek wanted to learn more about this strange ship. He sent a small scout ship to move closer and try to get a better look. The scout ship flew quietly toward the human warship, cameras and sensors scanning every part of it. The crew inside the scout ship was nervous. They knew humans were strong, but this warship was like a fortress in space. As the scout ship approached, the sensors showed many weapons on the human warship. Huge guns, missile launchers, and strange energy weapons covered the hull. The scout crew could feel the power coming from the warship's engines. It was faster than any Zarnak ship they had seen before. The scout sent pictures and data back to Commander Tarek. The Zarnak leaders gathered to see the new information. "This warship is like a moving fortress," one officer said. "It has weapons that can destroy our biggest ships in seconds." Another officer added, "And its shields are strong. Our weapons cannot break them." Tarek looked at the data and felt the weight of responsibility. "We must find a way to stop it. If we cannot, our whole race may be lost," he said. The humans still did not attack again. Instead, they sent a new message through the communication system. This time the message was different. It was calm but clear. "Leave this area or we will be forced to destroy all ships." Tarek tried to send a peaceful message back. "We are explorers. We do not want to fight. Tell us who you are." The human warship did not answer. The silence was heavy. Then suddenly, the warship's engines flared. It started to move. Slowly, it moved closer to the alien fleet. The Zarnak ships raised their weapons, ready to fight. The warship stopped just outside the outer circle of the Zarnak ships. Its huge lights turned on, shining bright into space. The humans were watching, waiting for a move. Tarek decided to take a risk. He ordered a small team of diplomats to prepare a message of peace. They wrote words carefully, hoping the humans would understand. The message said, "We want peace and friendship. Let us talk." The humans sent back a short reply. "Meet us. One ship only. No weapons." The Zarnak officers were surprised. The humans wanted a meeting, but it was risky. Only one ship could go, and it had to be unarmed. If this was a trap, they could lose many lives. Tarek thought hard. He decided to go himself. "I will go to their ship. We must know who they are and what they want." The crew prepared Tarek's ship. They turned off all weapons and shields to show they meant no harm. The ship moved slowly toward the human warship. The tension was high. Everyone watched as Tarek's ship got closer and closer. Inside the human warship, the air was different. It smelled like metal and oil, but it was clean and well kept. The humans moved quietly, dressed in strange uniforms. Their faces were calm but serious. They were ready for anything. Tarek's ship docked with the human warship. The doors opened, with a soft hiss. Tarek stepped out with his small team. They walked carefully into the warship's corridor. The walls were smooth and shiny. Lights glowed softly. Suddenly, a group of humans appeared. They wore helmets and carried small weapons, but they kept their distance. One human stepped forward. He was tall and strong, with sharp eyes and a calm voice. "I am Captain Harris," he said. "Welcome to the Invincible. We did not want to fight, but we will protect ourselves." Tarek nodded. "I am Commander Tarek of the Zarnak. We come in peace. We want to understand why you attacked us." Captain Harris looked serious. "We have been watching your race for a long time. Your ships have attacked other races in this sector. We came to stop you before more damage happens." Tarek was surprised. "We did not attack anyone. We explore new worlds and protect our people." Captain Harris shook his head. "There are many stories from other races. We cannot take risks. Our warship is the strongest weapon in the galaxy. We protect humanity and our allies. Tarek felt a mix of fear and respect. These humans were powerful, but they also wanted to avoid war. He decided to be honest. We want to avoid war, but your attack hurt many of our ships and people. Captain Harris sighed. We will help repair the damage, but you must promise not to attack others. The two commanders looked at each other. The silence was heavy, but the hope for peace was growing. Both knew that this meeting could change everything. As Tarek prepared to leave, Captain Harris gave him a small device. This will help you understand our language better. Maybe we can talk more in the future. Tarek smiled slightly. Thank you. Maybe this is the start of a new time. Back in space, Tarek's ship undocked and moved away from the Invincible. The alien fleet watched carefully. The humans did not attack again. Instead, the warship slowly disappeared into the darkness of space. Tarek gathered his officers. This is just the beginning. We have met the strongest race in the galaxy. We must be ready for what comes next. The stars around them seemed brighter, but the danger was far from over. The humans had shown their power, and the Zarnak knew they were facing a new enemy, one they did not fully understand yet. After the meeting with the humans, the Zarnak fleet returned to their home planet. Commander Tarek sat quietly in his command room. The device Captain Harris gave him was still in his hands. It was small and strange, but it held a key to something important, a chance to understand the humans better. Tarek called his best, scientists and language experts. We must learn how to use this device, he said. If we can understand the humans, maybe we can avoid war. But if they attack again, we must be ready. The scientists worked day and night. Slowly, they began to understand the human language. The device helped translate words and messages. Soon, Tarek was able to send a message back to the humans in their own language. He wrote carefully, "We want peace and friendship. Can we talk more?" Days passed with no answer. The Zarnak grew restless. Then, one morning, the device beeped with a new message. It was short. "We will meet again. Prepare." Tarek felt a mix of hope and fear. The humans wanted another meeting, but the warning to prepare made him nervous. He ordered his fleet to stay on alert. The Zarnak needed to be ready for anything. Meanwhile, on the human warship Invincible, Captain Harris prepared his crew. "The Zarnak are strong, but they do not understand our strength," he told his officers. "We must be ready if they attack." Again, the human warship moved closer to the Zarnak home planet. This time, it was not just one ship. Several smaller human ships followed behind. They were ready to show power but hoped to avoid war. The Zarnak watched the human fleet approach. Their weapons were ready, but the humans still kept their distance. Tarek sent a message to Captain Harris. "We welcome peace. Let us meet on the surface of our planet." Captain Harris agreed. The humans landed their ships on a large open plain near the Zarnak capital city. The two sides met under the bright stars. Alien soldiers and human marines stood quietly, watching each other. Carefully, Tarek and Captain Harris met face to face. Both were strong leaders, but this meeting was different. There was no fighting, only questions. Tarek asked, "Why do humans bring so many weapons? Why so much power?" Captain Harris replied, "We have many enemies. We fight to protect our people. Our warship is the strongest, but we hope to use it only when needed." Tarek nodded slowly. "We want peace, but your weapons scare us. We do not want war, but we must protect our race." The two commanders talked for hours. They shared stories about their people, their fears, and their hopes. Slowly, the tension began to ease. But far away, in the shadows of the Zarnak city, not everyone wanted peace. Some Zarnak leaders believed the humans were dangerous. They whispered about attack plans and secret weapons. They thought that the humans could not be trusted. One of these leaders, General Krak, met with his loyal soldiers in a dark room. "The humans are a threat," he said. "We must prepare to fight before they destroy us." His soldiers nodded, ready to follow his orders. Back on the human warship, Captain Harris sensed the danger. Not all aliens want peace, he told his officers. We must be ready for battle at any moment. The peaceful talks between Tarek and Harris were just the surface. Underneath, fear and suspicion grew on both sides. Suddenly, one night, alarms sounded on the Zarnak home planet. General Crack's soldiers launched a surprise attack on a small human base near the city. Explosions rocked the ground. The humans fought back quickly, but the attack shocked everyone. Tarek was furious. He called General Crack to his office. "Why did you do this?" "We agreed on peace," General Crack answered coldly. "The humans cannot be trusted. If we do not act, they will destroy us." Tarek shook his head. "You have made a terrible mistake. This will start a war." The humans sent urgent messages to Tarek, asking for calm and control. Captain Harris prepared his warship for battle, ready to protect his people. The peaceful hope of friendship was fading fast. The Zarnak and humans were on the edge of a new, deadly fight. Tarek knew the battle was coming. He stood on the bridge of his ship looking at the stars. "We must be strong," he said. "This is only the beginning." The attack on the human base shocked both sides. The quiet hope for peace was broken. Commander Tarek stood in his command room, feeling the weight of the decision ahead. His officers looked tense, ready for war. The humans had not expected this betrayal, but they were prepared to fight back hard. On the human warship Invincible, Captain Harris gathered his officers. "This attack was wrong," he said firmly, "but we will not let it destroy our chance for peace. Still, we must be ready. The Zarnak could attack at any moment." The human warship moved closer to the Zarnak home planet again. This time, their weapons were ready. The giant guns and energy beams were aimed and loaded. The humans did not want to start a war, but they were prepared to protect themselves. Meanwhile, General Crack's soldiers were spreading through the city. They had hidden weapons and secret plans. They wanted to strike first, before the humans could respond. Crack believed that if they showed strength, the humans would back down. But not everyone in the Zarnak agreed. Some leaders called for calm and talks. They said war would only destroy both sides. Tarek stood with these leaders. "We must find another way," he said. "War will cost many lives. We must try to stop it." The tension grew. The Zarnak. People were divided. Families worried about the future. Soldiers prepared for battle. The city that once dreamed of peace now whispered about war. Suddenly, a new message came from the humans. "We want a ceasefire," it said. "We will stop moving closer if you stop your attacks." Tarek sent a message back quickly. "We agree. Let us talk again. But stop the violence." For a moment, it seemed the fighting might end. The humans moved their ships back slightly. The Zarnak held their fire. But deep in the city, General Crack and his soldiers did not listen. They prepared a secret attack on the human warship. They wanted to destroy it before it could fire. That night, as the humans rested, Crack's forces launched missiles. The sky exploded with fire. The human warship was hit hard. Alarms screamed through the Invincible. The crew rushed to fix the damage. Captain Harris was angry and shocked. "They broke the truce. We must respond." But the humans waited, hoping the Zarnak leaders would stop Crack. Tarek was furious when he heard what happened. "This will destroy peace," he said. "Crack's actions will bring war." Both sides prepared for the fight everyone wanted to avoid. The stars around them seemed darker, full of danger. Tarek and Harris both knew the future was uncertain. The warship that first shocked the Zarnak was now a symbol of fear and hope. Hope that maybe one day humans and aliens could find peace. But that day was not today. The silence after the attack was heavy. Both sides waited, watching and preparing. Commander Tarek stood on the bridge of his ship, his eyes fixed on the stars. The war was coming and no one could stop it now. The Zarnak fleet was ready, their weapons charged and their ships in position. Captain Harris felt the same tension on the Invincible. His crew worked fast to repair the damage from the missile attack. Every man and woman was alert, knowing a battle could start at any moment. Harris looked at the stars outside the window and thought about the peaceful talks that had been broken. "We wanted peace," he said quietly. "But some do not want it." Back on the Zarnak homeworld, the people were scared. Families packed their belongings and moved to safe places. The city's streets were quieter now. Soldiers patrolled the roads, ready for orders. The leaders tried to keep control, but fear was growing everywhere. Tarek called a meeting with his top officers. "We must fight smart," he said. "The humans are strong, but they can be beaten if we work together. We cannot let General Crack's anger control us. We must protect our people and stop this war fast." The officers nodded, but inside, many were afraid. The humans' warship was like a moving fortress. It had weapons that could destroy many ships with one blast. Suddenly, a message came from deep space. An unknown fleet was heading toward the Zarnak system. It was neither human nor Zarnak. It was a third force, strong and dangerous. No one knew where they came from or what they wanted. Tarek's heart sank. "Now we face two enemies," he said. "We must prepare for the worst." Captain Harris received the same news. His officers were worried. "This new fleet could change everything," Harris said. "We may need to work with the Zarnak if we want to survive." For the first time, the humans and Zarnak shared a common fear. The new fleet was fast and deadly. Their ships were unlike anything either side had seen before. They carried weapons that could destroy entire planets. Tarek sent a message to Captain Harris. "We must stop fighting each other. This new enemy is more dangerous than us. We must work together." Harris agreed. "We will meet again, this time as allies, not enemies." The two leaders prepared to face the unknown fleet. They gathered their best ships and crews. The humans brought the mighty Invincible and its smaller warships. The Zarnak brought their fastest fighters and strongest battleships. The new enemy fleet entered the Zarnak system. Their ships were dark and silent. They moved like shadows, striking without warning. The battle began. Lasers and missiles flew through space. Explosions lit up the darkness. The humans and Zarnak fought side by side, protecting each other's ships. It was the first time they worked as allies. Tarek watched the battle from his command ship. He felt a strange hope. Maybe, after all the fighting, humans and Zarnak could be friends. Captain Harris shouted orders on the Invincible. "Hold the line, protect the fleet." The battle was fierce and long. Many ships were lost. The new enemy was strong, but the humans and Zarnak fought harder. After hours of fighting, the enemy fleet began to retreat. Their ships disappeared into the blackness of space. Both sides were tired but victorious. Tarek and Harris met again after the battle. "This war could have destroyed us," Tarek said, "but together we survived." Harris nodded. "Maybe this is the start of something new, a future where humans and aliens fight as one." The stars above seemed brighter. The war was not over, but a new hope was born. The deadliest human warship had changed everything, not by destroying enemies, but by bringing two races together. After the battle with the unknown fleet, the humans and Zarnak felt a new sense of trust. Commander Tarek and Captain Harris worked hard to build this fragile friendship. Both knew that peace was still fragile, and many challenges lay ahead. On the Zarnak home planet, people started to rebuild. The war had damaged many cities, but the spirit of the people was strong. They wanted to believe that the humans were not their enemies. Captain Harris visited the Zarnak capital with a small team. They came with gifts and messages of peace. The humans wanted to show they could be trusted. Tarek welcomed them, but he was careful. He knew some Zarnak still hated the humans. During the visit, a new threat appeared. Deep in space, a powerful signal was detected. It was a distress call from a human colony far away. The colony was under attack by pirates, space raiders who took advantage of the war to strike weak targets. Captain Harris received the news with concern. "We cannot lose our people," he said. "We must help them." Tarek agreed. "If we work together, we can stop these pirates. This is our chance to prove our friendship." The humans and Zarnak quickly formed a plan. They would send a combined fleet to the colony. The Zarnak fighters would protect the smaller ships, and the humans would lead the attack on the pirates. As the fleet moved toward the colony, tensions rose. Not everyone trusted each other yet. Some Zarnak soldiers still looked at the humans with suspicion. Some human pilots felt uneasy flying beside alien ships. During the journey, a sudden attack shocked the fleet. The pirates struck from hidden positions using fast and powerful ships. The battle was fierce. Ships exploded and alarms blared. Captain Harris shouted orders. "Hold your positions. Protect the colony." Tarek's voice came over the radio, calm but firm. "Stay together. We fight as one." The humans and Zarnak fought side by side, their weapons working together. Slowly, they pushed the pirates back. After a long fight, the pirates were defeated. The colony was safe. The humans and Zarnak cheered together for the first time. Back on the Zarnak home planet, leaders watched the victory with hope. Maybe the warship that once caused fear was now a symbol of friendship and strength. But peace was still fragile. General Crack and his followers were not defeated. They planned to strike again, hoping to break the new alliance. Tarek knew that more challenges were coming. He stood with Captain Harris and said, "We must protect this peace. For our people, for our future." The stars above shone bright, but the battle for peace was not over yet. The days after the victory over the pirates were filled with hope. Humans and Zarnak worked together to rebuild trust. But deep inside the Zarnak government, General Crack's plans grew darker. He was angry about the new friendship between the two races. He believed war was the only way to protect his people. One night, Crack gathered his followers in a secret place. "The humans will destroy us," he said. "We must act before it is too late. We will strike their warship and show our power." His soldiers nodded. They were ready for war. Tarek learned about Crack's plan from a loyal spy. He was shocked, but knew he had to act fast. He called Captain Harris and warned him. "Crack plans to attack your warship. We must stop him." Harris replied, "We will protect the invincible and fight alongside you." Together, the humans and Zarnak prepared for the biggest battle yet. Crack's soldiers moved quickly, launching a surprise attack on the human warship. Explosions rocked the ship, but the humans and Zarnak worked together to defend it. Tarek led the Zarnak fleet, fighting bravely. Captain Harris commanded the Invincible with skill and courage. The battle was fierce, and many ships were damaged. But the humans and Zarnak refused to give up. In the heat of battle, Tarek faced General Crack. They fought fiercely, both knowing the future of their races depended on the outcome. Finally, Tarek defeated Crack and stopped the attack. With Crack's defeat, peace began to grow stronger. The Zarnak people saw that friendship with humans was better than war. The humans and Zarnak signed a new treaty, promising to protect each other and work together. Captain Harris and Commander Tarek stood side by side looking at the stars. "We fought hard," Harris said, "but now we build a new future." Tarek nodded. The warship was feared as deadly, but now it is a symbol of hope. The stars shone brighter than ever. Humans and Zarnak had faced their deadliest battles and survived. Together they looked forward to a future of peace, friendship, and new adventures among the stars. After the big battle and the peace treaty, the humans and Zarnak worked hard to keep their new friendship strong. But peace was not easy. Old fears and doubts still lived in many hearts. Some Zarnak still remembered the warship and the destruction it brought. Some humans worried if they could trust the aliens fully. Commander Tarek and Captain Harris met often to talk about the future. "We must build trust," Tarek said. "We must show our people that peace is better than war." Harris agreed. "We need to share our knowledge and culture. We need to learn from each other." So the humans invited Zarnak scientists and leaders to visit their planets. The Zarnak sent students and teachers to human schools. They shared stories, technology, and even music. Slowly, the two races grew closer. But far from the center of the galaxy, a new danger was growing. A secret group of space pirates and warlords watched the humans and Zarnak. They saw the new alliance as a threat to their power. These pirates planned to attack the new peace before it could grow strong. One night, the peace fleet received a warning. Pirates were gathering near a small human colony. The warning came from an unexpected source, a spy inside the pirate group. The humans in Zarnak prepared quickly to protect the colony. The pirates were smart and dangerous. They attacked from many directions. The peace fleet fought hard, but the battle was different. The pirates used new weapons and tricks. Commander Tarek and Captain Harris worked closely, sending orders and supporting their crews. The battle was long and fierce. Ships exploded in the dark space, and many brave soldiers were lost. But the humans in Zarnak did not give up. They fought with courage and unity. Slowly, the pirates began to lose. After a final, powerful attack, the pirates fled into the darkness. The peace fleet had won again. The battle showed the humans and Zarnak that their friendship was real. It was not just a treaty on paper. It was strong and alive. As the fleet returned home, Tarek and Harris looked at the stars. They knew more dangers would come, but they also knew that together they were stronger than ever. The victory over the pirates gave hope to both humans and Zarnak. But the peace was still fragile. Many in both races were watching carefully, waiting for the next move. Commander Tarek and Captain Harris knew this was a time to be careful. They worked together, sharing plans and training their crews to fight as one. The Invincible and the Zarnak ships sailed side by side, patrolling the borders of their space. But trouble came from an unexpected place. A strange signal appeared near a distant planet. It was unlike anything humans or Zarnak had seen before. The signal sent a warning. An ancient enemy was returning. The ancient enemy was called the Varkon, a powerful alien race thought to be extinct. They had once ruled many star systems with fear and force. Now signs showed they were coming back to take revenge. Tarek and Harris sent scouts to investigate. The scouts returned with bad news. The Varkon fleet was huge and well-armed. They were moving fast toward the human and Zarnak space. The two leaders gathered their forces. "This enemy is worse than any before," Harris said. "We must be ready to fight for our lives." Tarek nodded. "Our people depend on us. We must stand together." The Invincible led the combined fleet, ready for battle. The Zarnak fighters flew close, protecting their human friends. The stars were full of danger, but also hope. As the Varkon fleet entered the system, the battle began again. Lasers cut through space. Explosions lit up the darkness. The humans and Zarnak fought side by side, their bond stronger than ever. The Varkon were fierce, but they did not expect the unity of their enemies. The humans' deadly warship and the Zarnak's fast fighters worked perfectly together. After hours of battle, the Varkon began to retreat. They left a warning. They would return stronger. Tarek and Harris knew the fight was not over, but they also knew something important. The humans and Zarnak had found a true friendship that could survive any storm. The stars above shone bright, and the future looked hopeful, but full of challenges. The warning from the Varkon was clear. They would come back stronger and more dangerous. Commander Tarek and Captain Harris knew they had little time to prepare. The peace they fought for was still new and fragile. Back on the Zarnak home planet, people were building new cities and homes. The humans helped with technology and supplies. The two races were learning to live together to share their lives and hopes. But in the shadows, the Varkon gathered. Their fleet grew bigger, more powerful. They planned to strike hard and fast. They wanted to destroy the humans and Zarnak before the friendship could grow stronger. Tarek and Harris worked day and night. They trained their fleets, built new weapons, and made new plans. They knew the next battle could decide the future of their worlds. When the Varkon fleet arrived, the humans and Zarnak were ready. The Invincible led the charge, its guns blazing. Zarnak fighters flew in perfect formation, striking fast and hard. The battle was the fiercest yet. Ships exploded and stars lit up with fire. But the humans and Zarnak fought with courage and heart. They protected each other, their friendship stronger than any weapon. In the middle of the fight, Tarek and Harris met on the battlefield. "Together, we are unstoppable," Harris said. Tarek nodded. This is just the beginning of a new future. After many hours, the Varkon were defeated, their fleet scattered into the darkness, never to threaten again, for now. The humans and Zarnak stood, victorious. They had faced the deadliest enemies and won, not because of power alone, but because of their unity and trust. The stars above shone brighter than ever. The warship that once brought fear was now a symbol of hope. Humans and Zarnak looked to the future, together. Peace was hard-earned but real, and together they knew they could face anything the universe threw at them.